Hi friends, it's Valerie. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube family. And don't forget to leave a like or a comment down below because it really does help my channel. Today's video is going to be all about a carafe that I was sent by the brand Tiken. So I have it here for you. This is what it looks like. It's a stainless steel carafe. It does come in different sizes. I believe this one is the 51 ounce. But they do have a 32 ounce and then I believe like even bigger, like 100 ounce. So those are really good for when you're hosting like meetings or I don't know, maybe church gatherings. It really works. I'm already loving this thing and I know that it's gonna be really great at camping time when we are keeping like coffee all morning long and stuff like that. If you have a camper, this bottom here, I don't know if you can see it. I have another view where I'll show you later, but the bottom is like a silicone ring that will keep it from skidding around, like moving. So that's great, and it is spill proof. Let's just get to it. I can't wait to show you. I'm also going to be making a drink for you guys. It's going to be a hibiscus peach tea, and I am super excited to try that. I'm a huge tea lover. Let's just get started. Okay, so here's the box that it came in, and I'll show you the capacity here. It's going to be 51 ounces for this one. It's actually a good size. I think 32 might be a little small. Might be okay if I was just brewing my daily tea, but I like that this is kind of a good size for a pot of coffee. You can do hot chocolate, different teas, of course, hot water in here, and I thought you can even do cider, and this would transport really well at the holiday time. Like if you were taking it to a holiday party, it stays extremely warm. This is a little pamphlet inside that just shows the different sizes and the care use. And I did do some tests on this. So I put hot water from my kettle in there, my electric kettle. I just poured it into there because this doesn't heat the beverage, it just keeps it warm. So, and it like dispenses, of course. So there's a little lever on the handle that makes it for easy dispensing, and you just press that and pour it out. But when it's not pressed, it is completely leak proof. I tested that out. I also put a thermometer into this, and I also took my like infrared thermometer and tested the outside to make sure that it never got warm, and it stayed really cool. The outside was definitely like very cool to touch. You did not sense any heat through it at all. But let me tell you, this thing kept hot water. When it started, I was like, I think about 190 degrees around there, and 24 hours later, I was still at 140 degrees. You can still brew some tea with that, like some green tea, not all teas, but that is definitely warm enough to still brew tea. And I thought that was amazing. I tested this quite a few times, like 4 and then 8 hours later, I think then 12, and then I waited till like 24 hours just to see. But yeah, it was still like, it only lost after 4 hours, I think 15 degrees. That's pretty amazing. But I did mention showing you that silicone ring. So there is that for you. And that's going to keep it from sliding around. And I think that's really great if you have a camper. And of course, just stuff like that. If you have a camper, this is going to be great for your coffee, hot chocolate. Now, I don't always brew like pots of coffee because I use a lot of single use like K-cups or espresso pods. But if I wanted to, I have instant coffee always on hand, so I could do that, especially if that's what I'll do when I use it for camping. But I will mostly use this for ciders and also just for keeping my hot water in there because I do love tea and I would like to enjoy that tea like all day long without having to reheat water. I'm gonna love it for that. And I will have the Amazon link to that in the description box down below for you guys. And if this is something you need in your life, go ahead and check that out. And I will also leave you a discount code for 10% off down there in the description box as well. Now I am going to be halving the recipe that I'll have linked for you in the description box down below. So I'm going to take 1 cup of boiling hot water, and then to that I'm going to add some hibiscus leaves. Now the recipe that I'm going to have linked for you is just using like hibiscus tea bags, and you can use that's perfectly fine, but I do have the hibiscus leaves dried, so I am using that instead. And I'm just stirring that in. But here is what some hibiscus tea leaves look like. I think these were from like a Kroger affiliate store if you're going to look for those. And then I'm letting that steep for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to drain that. I'm just going to strain it. Whatever strainer you have, it'll work, and then you'll be left with all the pulp of the flower. If you're using it fresh, you'll be left with that, and you'll just discard that part. And then I'm adding in honey. calls for, oh, I would put a quarter cup of honey to this ratio, but I just squeezed in what I thought was around there. And I'm adding this to the warm liquid so that it can dissolve better versus the cold liquid like they mentioned in the recipe. And then I'm taking 2 cups of cold water, and I'll take that concentrated like hibiscus tea there and add it in, as well as 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and again just give that a stir. I tasted that and I like a little bit sweeter of teas, so I did add some white just granulated sugar, just about close to a quarter cup. That's just a preference. Just start with what you think is right for that. And then I had only 1 peach, which is why I halved this recipe, and I sliced that up and I added most of that in. I'm going to use the rest for a garnish. And I just stirred that all together, and I'm just gonna let this rest in the refrigerator. You can like let it get chilled until you're ready to serve it. You can serve it immediately. That's exactly what I did, and it was delicious that way. Alright y'all, I'm really excited to taste test this. It looks so good, and I'm a huge fan of hibiscus tea, so I'm really excited. Oh yeah, that's delicious. So refreshing. I'm gonna be drinking this all summer long. Like, I love hibiscus tea in general, like it's so good, but I've never had it with peach before, and that really brings out a whole other flavor. And so does the lemon. I was afraid, I thought it was gonna be like too lemonade-y tasting, but wow, that is so good. It's like a little bit of tartness, just enough. It's really complements the flavor. In fact, I think it brings it out a little bit more for the hibiscus. Hibiscus tea is typically called like Jamaica, and I love it. I definitely recommend it with sugar if you like sweetness in your drinks. Honey is a good sweetener. It tastes good. It has its own taste though. It tastes different from regular sugar. I like the addition of both. But yeah, this is so good. Definitely give this a try. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope you all are having a great day.